The one thing that has been destabilizing is the outrageous behavior of the Supreme Court of the United States on overruling not only Roe v. Wade, but essentially challenging the right to privacy. We have to change that decision by codifying Roe v. Wade.
President Joe Biden criticizing the Supreme Court this morning on the international stage. As you heard there, he called it destabilizing when the court overturned Roe v. Wade, removing the federal right to abortion access.
The president also outlined his next steps as he spoke at the NATO Summit of World Leaders. So that includes pressure on Congress to pass a law that guarantees federal abortion access. He says he supports ignoring the filibuster to get this done, so that would potentially allow the Senate to pass a bill with only 51 votes instead of 60. And President Biden says he will meet with state governors when he returns to the U.S. tomorrow. So we're working to figure out if Governor Eric Holcomb will be among the governors meeting with the White House and President Biden.
And this comes as Indiana lawmakers prepare for a special session where abortion laws will be very much front and center. We're hearing today from the governor for the first time since this decision from the Supreme Court. State House reporter Kristen Eskow with us here. Now you asked the governor about this delay in getting that special session started.
Well, that's right, Dan. Just yesterday, we asked Republican legislative leaders, announced the upcoming special session will be pushed back by nearly 3 weeks. Now, lawmakers will now begin meeting July 25th instead of next week, and that means a delay to both new abortion restrictions and the $225 tax refund meant to provide relief from inflation. Today, I asked Governor Holcomb about that postponement.
Why not have more urgency on these fronts?
Well, I'm working with the legislature and started the shot clock on the session on July 6th. And so that gives the legislature ample time to do work now and when they meet in person.
Governor Eric Holcomb says he expects lawmakers will use that time between now and July 25th to begin work on new limits to abortion. But that also means taxpayers will have to wait longer for his proposed $225 inflation relief tax refund, which Holcomb originally wanted passed by the end of June.
It just makes me more anxious to get it done. I'm even more persuaded that we can give at least $1 billion back to Hoosiers.
On abortion, Holcomb says he's ready to sign any new restrictions that lawmakers pass.
I don't have any red lines right now.
The delay to State House action on abortion drawing mixed reaction.
I would honestly say that we welcome the extra time. It allows Women for Change to rally our members.
In an ideal world, we would have loved to have had the special session happen immediately after the decision came down from the Supreme Court. But we understand there are a lot of dynamics in play.
Meanwhile, Republican State Representative Jake Teshka recently told South Bend station WSBT a total abortion ban is unlikely.
I would expect that we would land somewhere with a ban with exceptions for life of the mother and likely rape and incest as well.
Now, under the law, legislators will have until August 14th to finish their work. They've said this will be a multi-week session that will include committee hearings and public testimony. Again, that process begins July 25th.
And Kristen, you've been reaching out to Republican leaders about what they're exactly going to be proposing here next month. What kind of responses are you hearing so far?
We've been reaching out to them all throughout the week, and so far they've either declined our requests for interviews or simply ignored them. We reached out to legislative leaders on the Republican Party, as well as committee chairs over in the Health Committee, both the House and Senate.
All right, we know we'll continue to stay on top of it. Kristen Eskow reporting for us here in the studio tonight. Kristen, thank you. Meantime, Indiana Democrats are on tour speaking against the potential of an abortion ban in the state. State Rep Maureen Bauer accused her Republican colleagues of rushing to pass legislation that she believes would be harmful to the state.
Forced birth policy imposed by state government is risky, but even more so in a state that has the third highest maternal mortality rate in the nation.
Now, in place of restrictions, Representative Bauer says her caucus is proposing longer paid maternity leave, eliminating the diaper tax, and expanding doula care. We'll continue to try and get answers on some of the plans being proposed at the State House and bring you details coming up on this week's edition of In Focus, plus interviews with Congressman Larry Bucshon and Andre Carson. Join us Sunday morning at 9:30 right here on Fox 59.